Overnight rains in Bengaluru have inundated several areas on Sunday night. And now, you might recall we've been discussing the rain in Bangalore over the last few days, except yesterday's amount may have been record-setting. South and southwest parts of the city were battered by heavy showers. Several areas in Mahadevpura and in Bomanhalli have reportedly flooded during these rains. The Met Department has predicted heavy rainfall to continue till Wednesday. It's also apparent that the city, with 17 other districts, is on yellow alert. My colleague Harish with us to bring us more details. Harish, good morning. Harish, you're waking up obviously to a very wet city. But Harish, there are also some reports saying yesterday might have been record-setting for the city. Could you tell us more?
Well, it's definitely one of the heaviest showers that the city has received in the recent past. And the fact that it continued for a good 4 to 5 hours till 3 in the morning has resulted in waterlogging in large parts of southeast Bengaluru, especially Mahadevpura and Bomanhalli area have been battered by these rains. And it has resulted in inundation of houses. Several streets, including parts of the outer ring road, have been flooded. And we do understand that huge apartment complexes have seen their basements being flooded, cars have been damaged. There are reports of tree fall coming in from Mahalakshmi layout and few other areas. Thankfully, no loss of life being reported so far, but it's a terrible Monday morning that the city is waking up to, and perhaps office goers will have to deal with traffic snarls apart from the Monday morning blues.
All right, Harish, thank you so much for bringing us these details. Harish, if we may just keep you on, though, just to ask you one or two more questions. If you could just tell our audiences who are tuning in right now from Bangalore, what areas of the city should they avoid?
Well, if you're someone living in southeast Bengaluru or even parts of Mahadevpura and Bomanhalli and all these areas, it's best to avoid the outer ring road. There's still a lot of waterlogging near the Eco Space Tech Park near Bengaluru. Is a report coming in. Sarjapur Road is also partially flooded. So there too, there could be a bit of waterlogging. There were reports of waterlogging near Electronic City flyover. Has to be seen if this has cleared out. It's not a huge, big problematic area. It usually floods when it rains, but it has to be seen if overnight that has cleared out or if it's still problematic there. But there is an advisory that the Bengaluru Traffic Police East Division has put out saying that it's best to avoid commuting today because there will be waterlogging and the traffic might be slow.
Wow. All right. Harish, and one last question for you. You've told us already about the places that our audiences should try to avoid if they are obviously residents of Bengaluru. You were also discussing and describing to us the waterlogging problem. But could you describe to us, have regions and parts of outer Bangalore also been affected right now?
Well, in fact, if you look at the affected areas, the core of the city is not affected so much. The newer areas are the ones where this problem has cropped up. It's largely areas around Bengaluru, Sarjapur Road, Valigere, several areas in Mahadevpura. These are areas either still not part of the BBMP or were made part of the BBMP, the city, only around 10 years or 12 years back. So these are areas which still do not have a proper stormwater drain structure, and the fact that the quantum of rain was more yesterday has made matters worse. Remember, the Chief Minister was on a city inspection drive last week. He promised to remove encroachments and add additional pipelines if required, but that would take time. And till then, perhaps people will have to go through this misery for a few more months. But what has irked the residents and perhaps even office goers is the fact that these are promises that multiple governments have made over the last few years, but nothing much has changed on the ground.
Okay. Harish, thank you so much for bringing us that coverage for our audiences. We're obviously going to continue to track the situation right now in Bangalore, right here on the show through the day. Right now,